IVM.
कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative. I don't know what happened there. I thought this is the very last episode before our 7th year Jubilee anniversary world record, never seen in the history of India. We are the pioneers. But sadly, for some reason, the music didn't play. The engineers changed. Some guy called Shubhankar has turned up. He's somebody's nephew, so we had to give him a job. Rishi's on leave. This crap happens all the time. This is India. But I have to tell you, today I noticed something else while driving my car like I do all day with nothing else to do. I've noticed that in South Bombay, the police now have got another qualification. They have brought along their own plastic chairs. Everywhere. Marine Drive, Nariman Point, Walkeshwar, Marine Lines, wherever I see them, they're sitting behind on the pavement, out on the main road, on chairs, chatting like college kids. They've basically taken St. Xavier's College and HR College and brought it out and worn uniforms. It's the same thing. They're all having a good time, sitting on chairs. I'm a little worried. About the policing. All I see is VIP movement where they all stand up and line the roads and hold us up and tell us to move to the side. And them sitting on chairs and gossiping and laughing and sharing phone moments and enjoying themselves. Something is wrong with the police force and the police culture. Someone has to do a cleanup. I'm willing to do a 48-hour talk where for 2 days, a clinic where I can talk to them and explain to them what I think is going wrong from the point of view of us as people, the other side of the police thing, the people they're supposed to serve. All I'm saying is too many chairs and too many cops on the road. I think we have to do something about this. Chairs and roads. First we have pedestrians, now we have chairs. There's just no place for the cars. Think about people who own cars like Silverie, who will come on in a second, and how much they suffer. 6 cars and no space, while you and your damn chairs are all over the place.
Are you looking for finance products and services that can enhance your personal finance experience? Are you looking for a space to talk about your financial product or service? And are you looking for a crisp talk show where the conversation is all about money? Well, your search ends here. Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta and I'm host of the Paisa Paisa podcast, and I invite you for the conversation about your personal finance on each Monday on the IVM podcast app or the website or on any podcast streaming platforms. See you folks.
Okay, we have arguably the worst show of the year planned today. I'll tell you why as well when we open to all 4 participants together simultaneously, which only technology can do. This stream is available in Eurasia. Wherever there's war, you can still see us. Okay, we've got Abijit Ganguly, one of our leading performers and one of the nicest human beings in the world. He looks after little children, and not in a dirty way, although we've never seen him with them. And we've got Shreyas Manohar, who's decided that, if he's not getting enough gigs outside, he'll wear the best shirts for this show, which I think is a bit of a waste. Yeah. And we've got Silverie. Silverie, sorry, but
Yes.
all 4 of us are, just to mention, this is technically the worst show of the year. All 4 of us are in different locations where we really we had like a manifesto saying we'll try and all come to the studio now together. And we had 1 or 2 shows last week like that. And you saw the difference in the energy and the coordination between people. And now we are 4 in 4 extremes. Okay, there's Powai, Bandra. Am I right?
Goregaon. Sir, Bandra is too
Goregaon, so we're
expensive.
covering Goregaon. My God, we touch everyone. Do you have chairs in Goregaon? Do they sit
Where are
around
we
in
going,
chairs?
Cyrus? You're first saying likes children, then touch everyone. Where are we going with this?
No, I'm saying, do your police, the Goregaon police, have the chairs that the South Bombay police have?
That's everywhere.
I think it's everywhere only. I think it's a little problematic that already in Bombay the roads are a little less wide. No?
Yeah, the
So
smaller
it's very
thanas,
issue.
no? With the tent thanas nowadays that they have.
Yeah, I didn't bring that up. That's even worse. It's like, so the small guys get the chairs and then the bigger guys, they get the tent. They're like, I'll go in for 3 hours now and watch the game. Yeah, Rohit is batting, whatever. It's a little too much. Also, when the vans are parked outside on the main road, then double parked, then the jeeps are parked, and our space becomes less and less. Who's causing trouble? The cops. If the cops aren't there, I feel traffic will flow really well. Maybe we should put it out there as an option, because I think Mr. Pandey, the commissioner, is now talking to all the citizens on Facebook. He's now communicating. This, I think, is a waste of time because most crime is on Twitter, as everyone knows. So I don't know. Facebook is like all the goodies of the world. Right, Shreyas? Like our good friend Kunal Vijayekar?
Absolutely. I think
It's the happy birthday part of the internet, right? Where everybody wishes everybody all the time. Hey, man, what's up? It's one of those slow, laid back sort of. There's no angst in Facebook. Facebook misses the angst a little bit.
But isn't it a little weird, like how too many, all these police, Mumbai police, this police are trying to be like, funny on Twitter? Twitter. Like all the New Zealand police,
And
this police,
friendly.
every police is going to be like funny on Twitter.
That's the classic strategy. That if you are a toxic organization, if you are a fascist organization, if you are
both bola, sir.
infringing upon other people's rights, you
Toxic
have to be funny on
organization.
Twitter.
Well, we went from chairs to fascist organization very quickly. No?
Mr. Ganguly, please have your lawyer present, because I was only discussing.
I didn't say all this. That's Shreyas Manohar. He can read your palms and everything. And
I think we opened the wrong.
I don't think you
here.
went for the word. You heard the word before. After it was he went further. He went fascist.
What? Fascist also.
Fascist
I
also
think
he
it
went,
is.
yeah.
It is the. Listen, the cops are the arm of the fascist regime. So I don't think I am really
That's true.
saying anything
That's true.
much.
You're
at
right.
all.
You're right. During the pandemic, we saw that fascist behavior where they scare people for no reason and all that. People who are already scared of life and work and career and family to be scared more by these guys. Oh, sure, you're an intelligent comic. Maybe you're too good for this show. Put it down. Blacklist. Silverie, blacklist.
Done. Absolutely.
Sorry. If I could make a point, I think one reason that everyone is so uncomfortable when we're talking about how problematic this institution of police might be is because movies have glorified it to such an extent that police brutality is celebrated. Singham, Dabang,
Yeah.
they're going, they're beating up people. We're like, yes!
Oh, look at the
yes!
examples.
Since the 90s, though. Well, that's the
As
90s.
close to reality as you
Yeah,
can. Singham, Dabang, yeah. Or go back to Manmohan Desai films in the 80s. Fair enough, yeah. But I think
No, if you want to talk about if you want to talk about reality, we can talk about how cops are also beating up protesters that are protesting everywhere. And yes, they might be doing it on some orders, but we are not. Even if we are not criticizing the individuals, we are criticizing the institution.
I agree with you. My
Not all of you. I am sorry.
and his mouth is frozen with his mouth open for me, which means the police have got to him. Huh? The cyber police have struck.
हमारे बारे में
already.
बात करता है.
As a mark of solidarity against the fascists, we should all do the same.
Yeah. This is totally gonna stop fascism.
That's it. That's all.
How
This
did
is
we
it.
end it?
This is how the revolution starts.
Bro, a look can break up a couple. Remember that. You look at the wrong girl with the wrong look, and boom, your girlfriend leaves you. So remember, it doesn't take too much.
Wait, has that happened? Has that happened to you, Cyrus? How do I do that? I would. There
Stupid
is.
idiot. Can I use sexual, slightly graphic language? I don't know how to do this without getting into trouble.
I mean, just be careful after last
Okay, I won't use the words.
debacle.
But, I'll explain the words. We were at a party. He wasn't even drunk, and he was with his girlfriend. And three of us were just, when you enter a party, body language is always like sitting on the back foot because you don't know anyone yet.
Yeah.
You don't have the energy of the
Yeah.
party yet. You have to be
Yeah.
welcomed and drink a little bit and whatever, right? So we were in that space where you're sitting on the back foot. And then he looks at this one. There was a hot woman and she was spilling out of her dress. Let's put it that way. And he looks at her and he turns to both of us like we're his two buddies in college, how three guys talk. I said, boss, just check out the rack on that girl. Okay, now, excuse my French. Worse words than that. And he just girlfriend then realizes that girlfriend. No, I didn't. And it was too late. There's no comeback after that, bro. It's ridiculous. She started crying, and the whole my party went for a toss. Of course, she started crying.
Man.
I mean, you spend the whole year patawing her, and then you come here and you look at the first hot chick and you say something to her about that chick. It was so funny. I mean, funny now, of course. The whole night went for a toss.
I don't think like Nidhi would be ever crying if like, she'd make me cry. Like I that's a very different personality kind of you're talking. Crying yourself is not happening.
So your wife is like the police. They'll get you in the end.
It's the fascist regime.
Yeah. But I remember Arun used to work at MTV. It was a very, very sad evening for all of us. And we were all looking forward to having a good time. Then you're spending the whole time trying to, make that girl feel better and, tell him what an idiot he is. And the hours went like that. What a waste.
He was talking about book racks. He likes books. He's talking about book racks.
I think humor was the worst thing to go with at that point. Abhijit's hair looks like Ronit Roy from What a Compliment, yaar.
I don't even
Ronit
know that's
Roy.
a good thing. I just know Ronit Roy beats up his child in every movie. That's all I
That's not his style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Ugly,
thing. Like
yeah,
every,
you're
movie,
right. Yeah.
every movie he beats up his child, and like that. Even I think TVF even did a sketch on this. Like like these guys are approaching Ronit Roy for a movie. Like sir, movie का role है आपके लिए. Like बहुत अच्छा, बहुत कोई भी role करूँगा. बस बच्चे को मारने वाला कोई नहीं है. Like sir, थोड़ा सा. And then he just loses it. It's
But for me, the Roy brothers, both Rohit and Ronit, they have that expression of herogiri at any point of the drama. Whether someone dies, whether they're running away from something, whether they're being shot, they still have that eye up and that
this is
herogiri,
the
chin
eyes
out.
like always.
Yeah.
Like always the smoldering looks. Like you're looking yourself.
Gotta give credit that there's a guy out there who, he's in Ukraine, he's being chased by Russian police, sniper rifles, whatever they're called, all that against him, and he still got that look as he runs. You know what I mean? You got to respect.
Oh, you think Russians are blowing up buildings and then having the fire explode behind them, and then they're just walking away, not looking into the fire. One of those. How heroes never look at the explosion, right?
But this is now something insensitive to me. This is really the worst show that we've been on in years. What the hell's going on?
Yep.
So we can be a little irreverent. Irreverent is fine. We are still against the war.
You were touching Pune and somebody gave a Pune fan story point, and then in the
middle,
no. Shreyas was ranting.
Pune,
we didn't want to stop
about
him.
Cops. Yeah, correct. About cops, I was just coming back from Pune yesterday, and there were like a whole procession of cops, with literally like more than like, I think there were some stragglers behind, because it was over like 3 or 4 kilometers. We kept encountering them for like a good, almost the entire route. The entire route had like cops all over on the sides of roads, but there was like a massive procession of at least like, I want to say 20 cars. And some of them, I imagine, got stuck in traffic or something, because some of them were like an hour late after that, still going together. And it was very funny.
So, but what was the procession for?
We don't know. It was probably some VIP, but we never found out. But it was just, it's a whole hassle, dude. You have to stay on this side of the road. There's a traffic because that. Could be cops migrating. That's possible.
They are not Pune Police anymore. They're Mumbai Police.
Yeah, I think they migrated because
Modi was in Pune. No, don't you remember?
So they were like, we have to.
Okay. Abhijit, one sec. Ronit Roy is going berserk below us. Bolo.
No, don't you remember? Modi was in Pune. He was putting up pictures of with.
Yeah, he was
chilling with kids on Sunday, and the kids were in like school uniform, and they're like, "What the? Hame school uniform
that's the beauty, Mr. Ganguly. That's the beauty of the Mumbaikar. He got everything right, but no interest in politics. Actually, with no idea that the Prime Minister himself is there. He's like, but everything else, he gave us 22 cars and the procession, the color of the
so much happening.
Now it makes sense. Modi ji in Pune, I had no idea.
Mumbaikar and political awareness, no interest.
There was some speech and all over there, and they are like, because that's a general thing that happens in all these political rallies. They don't let anybody come in with black clothes, because they'll make black flags out of it and wave it. So, sabke black mask bhi utarwa diye bahar. What are you saying? There's just a whole pile of black masks lying right outside the rally or whatever speech.
I could go into racist metaphors here, but forget it. We'll leave it.
Please do no. I think we have done worse, Cyrus. Please go.
Rohit Shetty's birthday.
At some point yesterday, while we were driving down from Pune, we did discuss, maybe it's the Prime Minister. Prime Minister will cause all this traffic.
No one was aware.
What are the odds? That's actually.
Who are you traveling with, Antariksh? Who are you traveling with?
Mumbaikars.
Yeah, Mumbai.
No, I'm just like, if there are 3-4 people and none of them knew that Modi was in Pune, while there was this whole media, Twitter pe sab jagah chal raha tha.
Not to mention, Abhijit, as you very well know, when the great man comes to the city, that city's hoardings are completely plastered. Okay, because every single worker, the chamcha of the workers, aunts, daughters, friends, neighbor has put up the hoarding, from the pan shop all the way down to the cinema. So all you have to do is look.
Yeah, everywhere I go, there's this line now, Pune se mera bahut purana rishta hai. And there's a meme of all different collage of different, Punjab se mera bahut purana rishta hai, Mizoram se mera bahut purana rishta hai, Manipur se, arey yaar, like how many purana rishtas are there? But
maybe he's telling the truth.
Have you?
He travels a lot. There's no doubt about it. Check the itineraries since 2014. He's been traveling. But I think again we are interrupting Shreyas.
Have you guys?
Silverie, one second. Coach Chap is trying to say something. And for him, again, this is like Naveen. You see, we were talking on one level, but Naveen's angst about what he's trying to say was serious. So suddenly we look like idiots, insensitive guys. Yes, cheers, bolo.
What I was saying is also, I feel like I'm always interrupting, not because I'm interrupting, but because there's a lag. So I think by the time my word comes in, it feels like I'm interrupting. But one thing I found hilarious about this whole Modi in Pune situation was there were pictures of him talking to school kids, and people pointed out that it's actually a Sunday and it's a holiday. So how did these school kids come? There's also
who's going to vote for you if you make me as a kid come to school on a Sunday?
No, not only
what's up? Yeah, come on, this is not good politics.
But I think it was in the metro. Like, he was traveling with school kids, and they were in school kids were in uniform and everything. Yeah.
Hey, listen, quick segue. Rohit Atre is saying Shreyas is trying to hide his hands, so Cyrus does not comment on them. Remember last time? Is that so? Back in the police station.
Today we have Rohan Joshi, Ranbir Kapoor, and Saurav Ganguly. Ronit Roy in the house. This is a big episode for us. Yeah.
Ouch! Except for bloody me, everybody else is the hero here. Well, that's fantastic.
No, you're Cyrus Rosa.
You're so famous already. You are.
I'm struggling.
You don't need.
I'm struggling to look like him.
Wait. Actually, can I use this opportunity to segue into one of the things that we are going to talk about today.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, before that, I wanted to talk about something else. I wanted to ask you guys
Wow.
if
Wow, that's
since
rude.
we're on the topic,
That was a rhetorical
before we
question.
move on.
He doesn't actually
Sorry.
want permission, bro. This is fascism.
Sorry. No, before we move on to the
This is
topic,
fascism,
actually.
you're right, Cyrus. I
Fascism.
agree.
Okay, I
Bolo,
just want to
bolo,
ask you guys
beta.
about whether you guys have. I mean, now it seems like I'm just forcing the question, but have you guys ever paid like a ridiculous bribe? Like either the amount was too much or the reason was too ridiculous.
Can I tell you my really bad story? But this
Yeah.
goes back to maybe it's a 90s sometime. I think it's pre-MTV also. So I'm really young.
Yeah.
But I used to have a
Yeah.
Maruti 800 1329 MFA, lovely car. And so basically, I broke this. I didn't even break the signal down at Kem's Corner. I just sort of broke it. Or at least that's how we always think, whatever. So he stops
Yeah.
me and we have the argument. And the argument, I'm arguing, कि boss ने मैंने orange में cross किया, red में cross किया, orange में cross किया, all that. So after some time, he gives me the look. I understand from experience the chai pani movement. So I took out whatever's in the pocket, and you know me, guys, nothing has changed. So I took out barely, I think, 1 rupee 50 paisa in change. What I had, I gave it
Did
to
he
him.
arrest you? Did he
No,
arrest
you
you
should
after
the
that?
fame.
You should just
I mean,
arrest you
I
after
don't know
that.
the look he gave me, the contempt in his eyes, and he said, "Kamal hai, इतनी अच्छी गाड़ी और 1 रुपया भी नहीं है पर्स में." I was like, "भाई, क्या
पेट्रोल इतना
connection
महंगा
क्या
हो
है?"
गया
I know what is connection क्या है इसमें? I mean, are you supposed to carry the money relevant to the car? I mean, the Maruti 800 was no great car, but at that time it was a decent car. And so he gave me a
Do you
look
think?
where I was ashamed of myself. What the
Yeah.
hell?
Do you think cops
I
just
think
expect everyone to have bribe money ready?
He still took the money, but he took it with
Oh, wow.
anger. Like, when a bowler snatches the
Wow.
cap when he's angry from the
Yeah.
umpire, he took it with like contempt and like derision and he walked off. And he was like, they really disappointed, looked down on me. And I felt
Antariksh,
little
what's
bad.
your bribe story? Because clearly you have one, that which is why you set it up.
No, man. I've had like a couple of ridiculous ones. Just I remember
Yeah.
one was during the pandemic only. The things had opened up to the sense we knew that movement was allowed. Okay, like we know that you can roam around and whatever.
We don't know
And,
anything. They are not clear.
You didn't
But
know,
anyway.
but they had announced that. And like you remember, like I talked about that on Cyrus also. That these cops stopped me.
They hold
and
us.
said,
We're all in the
Yeah.
same country, yaar.
Yeah.
वो खोल दिया, फिर बंद किया. पता नहीं. They just do it.
Exactly. Man, so they stopped me and just harassed me for like a good 40 minutes. Said कि हम आप गाड़ी tow करना पड़ेगा.
Your
I'm like, what?
paper wala.
Yeah, paper
Or
wala. So
कागज
then,
wala.
then I'm like, dude, there's no rule that we get to tow my car. Take a fine if you want to take a fine. There's no rule you have to tow my car. And they're like, sir, ये तो है. Rule तो है. ये लो sign करो. And they showed me a piece of paper with like, you can't even read the ink.
No,
because it was, like,
Shreyas.
so faded.
The beauty of the
And it
story
was in
is
Marathi.
he couldn't
Yeah.
read the Devanagari properly because it's
No, it was in Marathi.
no,
It was in
Marathi is 80% close to Hindi in that sense. If you
No,
look
but
at
you
it
can't
properly,
even read it. I know how to read Hindi properly, man. That's not a
but
thing.
then just read it
But,
slowly. You should be able. But you're right.
It
Sometimes
wasn't-
use really crazy words.
It was that impossible to read. It was so faded. And they're like, no,
No,
bus sign karo. And then it took like $800 after me.
I agree. Cops
800
are damn
bucks.
inconvenient.
Yeah.
Cops are damn inconvenient because I remember while driving, I get so much trouble by cops because I don't have a license and because I break the signals.
One
It
second.
is-
Note to self: when Shreyas is on, no cop stories. The place shows hijack now. One man's rant. हाँ बोल. Bolo. Don't stop.
I actually I have a story that happened a few days ago to a friend, not me, but I had a friend who's Indian who was in Himachal with an American, and they were stopped by cops for something illegal. I don't know the details of it, and it became like a thing.
It's
And the
Himachal, bro. I
American-
think we know.
It was dark chocolate, I think. But my
That you,
not my-
boss, you
my-
call them fascist and toxic, but you won't discuss marijuana and things like that. I'm little, this is all over the place you're thinking. Boss, making no
All
sense.
these, Cyrus, all these young people know.
Let me tell you, it's safer to talk
You know.
about drugs here. We don't have a problem with that. It's calling these powerful institutions names we are worried about. Prime Minister, I won't even start. So the dark chocolate, go on.
dark chocolate was caught, and the American friend was so surprised by how seamless the bribing and everything was, as if both of them knew their roles. Like, it wasn't a surprise. The cop wasn't shocked. My friend who was with the American, he wasn't shocked. They just did it as a transaction, and he was just blown away by like how that was normalized. So I just wanted to tell that story.
Come to India, do business. Easiest place to do business. Wink, wink. He called them
I
black
don't have a
chocolate.
police bribing story, but I mean, obviously there's been numerous times. Every time you have to get a passport made, you have to always give that customary bribe and everything. So
Yeah.
recently, it was just that my Nidhi's wife's passport was getting renewed, and so we had gone for that thing to the police station, and the guy, he just said that so one day before he came, he said, "आपको birth certificate भी लाना है." And we're like, birth certificate कौन carry करता है यार? Birth certificate थोड़ी ना कोई carry around करते हैं. And
हाँ.
still somehow, because Nidhi is one of those list people, pen carrying people, she's a very thorough, organized kind of person, so she even had a birth
So
certificate.
you're 1-1, having made heckled her once. Now you're complimenting her. So 1-1. I'm just keeping the football score
No,
to
I
see the
have nothing
final.
but compliments for her. But so
2-1,
yeah, we went there.
2-1. Hello.
We had the birth certificate there. The birth certificate, like the policeman created an issue because Nidhi's mother's name was written Purnima Ben, because Purnima Ben, like, because Nidhi was born in Gujarat, and Ben, like, that way. And he's like, "Ye Ben inka
Although
surname hai kya?"
honestly, do they really think that Purnima could be a male option? I mean, why worry? You don't need to really super
What?
emphasize. It's
What?
not like it's a male option. The Ben is there for the female.
No, but the
to
thing is,
explain the female option.
in Gujarat, it's
They
a
thought.
customary thing also that,
Correct.
and
So it'll be like
this guy,
Prakash Bhai
yeah,
and Purnima Ben. I'm saying so
yeah,
that's
this
how you
guy asked
distinguish.
that is Ben her second name, and he was obviously like, "Oh, नहीं,
In
ये
Hebrew,
तो
yes.
ये तो this is her." कहते नहीं नहीं, आपको फिर न्यूज़पेपर में ऐड डालना पड़ेगा कि उनका नाम चेंज
हाँ?
हुआ है from Purnima Ben to Purnima
What?
Shah. हाँ, and so he was basically concocting just crazy things so that bribe पे बात आ जाए.
हाँ.
And we are like, अरे आप पूर्णिमा बेन, obviously वो बेन तो यार गुजराती में बेन को बोलते हैं. आपको लग क्या रहे, बिग बेन थोड़ी है कि मतलब बेन obvious है. कहते कि नहीं नहीं, हमें कैसे पता, हमें लग रहा है ये यही है. And then we googled up also that birth certificates are not even necessary for passport ka thing. So he just had that typical bribe me
Yeah.
face, and he was doing all that.
Also,
And,
how much does it cost to put an ad in the paper? Doesn't it cost a lot of money?
yeah, I mean, but there
Depends
are
which
those things.
paper.
I have done this before also. Like
There are some papers are really cheap with low readership. Huh.
CBSE का अगर मार्कशीट हो जाए तब भी डालना पड़ता है न्यूज़पेपर में ad and all. So it's a thing
Wait,
that you have
really?
to do. But yeah, if I have lost a lot of things in life.
Like,
So
what? So
yeah.
everything,
And
every time you
get
lose
the
like a
response?
document,
Did
like
you
an
get the
official
queries for
document.
whatever you had lost?
what one at a time. Yes.
So did you get a response for whatever you had lost? The answer sheet, like
You're not supposed to give an advertisement that please mera ye de do. Like, if when you're applying for the for the second time, applying for a copy or something from the sources, then you have to put it in the ad that I have lost this document, so that, and you have to showcase that ad. It's not like ad mein dal rahe ho ki please mera lauta do, meri bill leak ho gayi.
oh.
So
But you
that
can
makes
also do
sense.
that. You can place two ads. One
You
is
can do
called Lost
whatever.
and Found. Lost and Found is alag ad, and what he's talking about is a verification ad. It's different.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Antariksh, what was your question? Sorry, you forgot. I
Antariksh is
think.
giving me Ranbir Kapoor.
No,
looks
I
now.
forgot. I forgot.
He's
So
just
anyway-
looking into camera, and
Yes.
he's doing profile. And
No.
did you feel that, Shreyas? You felt that hero moment?
Yeah. It's like
Beautiful hero
this whole
moment.
thing. I have a cat in my
Floating and
lap.
everything.
Yeah, it's a whole
Hey,
thing.
guys,
You are
you know,
looking like
I've-
Ronit Roy.
I've seen it happen where like people call on Antariksh on stage and he comes and the audience thinks it's Ranbir. I've seen it happen with my own eyes. So like I don't
Correct,
think we're
absolutely.
talking in nowhere.
The
It
day
happens.
You are talking to
Ranbir
Ranbir
IBM is-
Kapoor.
Yeah, man, all the time.
Who thinks
Ranbir
that
Kapoor.
Antariksh is Ranbir Kapoor?
like
Yeah,
audience members of in certain parts of Bombay. We can't
How
tell you
bad
the
was the
area.
Certain
light over
profiles.
there for anybody to think?
Really, it was great. Perfect lighting it was.
IBM is going to
It's a
really
completely
rock.
different face, guys.
Listen, IBM will really rock when Ranbir Kapoor comes on stage and people think it's Silverie. That's when they
Yeah,
really
see,
mean it.
that's when, yeah,
That's
exactly.
when people will be like, "Ye to
Correct.
Silverie lagta hai." That's the moment. I'm waiting for that.
Uh,
We haven't discussed 50-minute conversation between the Russian premier, some guy
So-
called Vladimir Putin, and the Prime Minister of India. I'm very worried. What do you talk about for 50 minutes? Yeah, 50 minutes is a long time. Huh?
I remember there were pictures of when the Japanese Prime Minister had come, even Modi and him, they were swinging, on a thing, and everybody's like, "ये बात क्या कर रहे हैं?" कौन
I
सी
remember
भाषा
when
में
he was in
बात कर
Tokyo, he was playing the drums, which I thought was just, that shot was like, what was
रहे हैं? I think
going
that was
on there?
China. That was China. Wasn't that China?
No, I think
When he was
with
playing drums.
Abe in Tokyo. I'm pretty sure. But let's get back to this because Abhijit, would you open with your line? पुराने
Which one?
मॉस्को के साथ पुराने रिश्ते हैं.
मेरा
I mean,
मॉस्को
it's
के साथ
there.
बहुत पुराना रिश्ता है, yeah.
Even as comedians, you
was
guys have
relevant
some
there,
jokes
sorry,
you just
yeah.
go back
That
to,
was-
right?
yeah,
So I mean,
sorry,
it's
Cyrus.
there.
That was set up there. That should have easily gone for it.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I'll
such a
text
bad
you
thing,
next
no?
time.
When somebody has a joke, but you feel that यार इसने setup किया तो तू जाना, तू करना ये जो we have
Hey,
it
what?
right there.
We
Just
take
crack that
serious-
joke.
That's why when you take serious topics, you keep going from serious to juvenile in your mind.
Yeah.
So the problem is that context is different in each person. But I'm just thinking 50 minutes, what will they talk about? I mean, I'm sure 40 minutes they
Is
must have discussed
Imran,
something else.
just I'm curious, is Imran Khan still there in Russia while these conversations are
He's
going?
learning Russian now. He's
That's
learning
a
Russian.
good question, actually.
Because I remember the first time Modi and Putin had a conversation, Imran Khan was still there. So that itself
Yeah.
sounds so funny. It's like, hey, chup, 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 hey, Imran, chup, chup. Modi ka phone aa raha hai. It just sounds hilarious.
Or if it's FaceTime and Imran's profile is in the background
Picture.
somewhere, playing with the kids, having a good time. Boris, jump into my arms. Sorry, I don't know why.
Such an exciting time to be here. Like
Yeah.
just.
Well, for Pakistan, it's been a great day for cricket in Pakistan. But what are we going to do? Oh, by the way, it's a good test
Yeah.
match. Well, it's a dead game, actually. 1 day to go.
It was a dead
Scores
game.
are
Yeah,
almost
come on.
level. And India, Sri Lanka, don't talk to me about it. Sometimes I'm thinking this is what kills test cricket. So one-sided here. Why don't we play with just 5 players when we play?
But I was very happy yesterday because how one-sided it was. I felt like Mera Desh Badal Raha hai moment when like India women's match had like 5 lakh or some 10 lakh viewers, and India Sri Lanka had just 1.2 lakh. So it was like very.
But that
much
was a
like,
great game.
Oh,
That
wow.
was a
Women's
close game.
Day. Mera
And
Desh
that was
Badal Raha hai kind
India
of feeling.
Pakistan. So no cricket
Yeah.
lovers were watching. You know who watches
Yeah.
India Pakistan matches? Only the mad people in both countries. Kill them all, kill them, burn them, and no cricket for the rest of the year.
And then there are pictures of them playing with the baby, and they're like, "This is not we wanted, not what we wanted." Yeah.
Let me tell them what
Wait,
that
that's
was.
actually what people
So-
are saying.
No, listen.
No,
What he's talking about the Pakistani
it's a
captain's
joke.
baby.
It's a joke, Shreyas. Calm down.
Pakistani captain's baby, her baby was with her, and all the Indian girls rather. I'm saying guys, that's it. That's the whole point of the whole
What is
thing.
wrong with you, Cyrus?
Yeah, what is
What are you
wrong?
doing?
This is the
What
worst thing
are
you
you
can
doing?
do. Indian girls took pictures and Insta stuff and all is all filled with the baby. Not just a baby. There's a mother and a baby, and that's all that's in the picture. But all the
Yeah.
nutcases have gone berserk. Like Desh you can. That's the nicest thing they say. So you can just take it from there. It's amazing,
but,
but
Okay, sorry. I was just gonna bring up that Shane Warne also passed away on the 4th of this month.
okay,
3
now you
days
have to
back.
stop informing us. I told you,
Yeah.
all of us, that whole thing about us being in a coma and all that's all wrong. We're alive.
Okay, yeah,
We see
correct,
the
correct.
news. We
No,
know
for our
what's happening.
listeners, for our international listeners or non-cricketing fan listeners who might not have known, I found out today. If I'm being honest, sorry. I
you
just
found out today.
Yeah.
You are the guy
did.
who left Pune with the Prime Minister behind you and had no
I'm
idea he
wondering
was
why are there
around.
so many cops on the road? What do you do? I remember
Yeah, dude,
last time.
I had no idea.
Last time, by the way, Antariksh, you should have read that comment on the last time I came. Somebody
Yeah.
had put up this comment. I wonder how did Antariksh even clear 10th boards? Somebody had put that as an insult, and there are people trying to defend
this-
you. Don't be so mean.
Was this
And
the
he's like,
Arjun
"No, no,
Tendulkar episode?
Silverie,
Was this the Arjun Tendulkar episode?
you remind me of a lot of South Bombay kids and guys and girls, I dare say, that I grew up with, who have they live in a bubble. They don't have any awareness
Yeah.
sometimes of what's happening. Like they reject. They're intelligent, but they
But
reject.
sometimes can't
They
help it.
reject
Yeah.
the
Like sometimes,
world news, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
So
amazing.
sometimes like you
No
just
idea.
miss these news. You just
How
miss
can
this
you
kind
miss
of
this?
news. I mean,
You're
I don't
working in a media
actively
forum.
follow cricket news.
But this
You
is
don't
not
even need
cricket
to
news.
follow
This
cricket news.
everybody knows.
I know enough about Shane Warne. Like
There was Ukraine and
yeah,
Shane
a little
Warne.
bit.
That was like the two pieces of news, and then there was the elections in the background. That's it. But anyway,
Yeah. Well.
but it's good.
Uh,
Everyone shouldn't be the same. We can't have everybody
yeah.
being the same.
See. For me, Shane Warne was alive for 2 days more than you guys. So aren't you?
And if
jealous?
we had nothing to talk about, just discussing the news with you will be more fun because you just keep setting it
Are you
up. Just
Schrodinger's
imagine.
catting Shane Warne, man?
If you don't know, he's still alive. 50% correct. All right. So also Sunil Gavaskar was doing an interview with Rajdeep Sardesai.
Wait.
about-
Pradeep Pillai said PSI, Powai Standard Time. Delayed news. He's making fun of your suburb. It's time to stand up for Powai because you have shat on Marol. You have abused
Yeah.
Malad. You have also attacked South Mumbai here and there. So now speak
Yeah.
about Powai for 3 minutes. At least this you
Yeah.
can do happily.
No, we're elites. What are you gonna do? It's what it is.
We don't
Yeah.
give up.
Yeah, we don't. Damn, yeah. Nobody cares in Powai. No, so entire Powai didn't know, man. So it's not my fault. No, it's fine. It's fine.
No,
All of
no,
Powai wasn't aware that Shane Warne
this
passed
is
away.
no, I'm a cricket lover. This is not fair. You're making me show disrespect to a great bowler. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you
So,
what.
very sad news.
Having said that, bring on Sunil Gavaskar and
Yes,
action.
so Sunil Gavaskar basically was asked if by
you playing
Rajiv, Rajiv Sardesai asked him whether just playing it, whether he thought that Shane Warne was one of the greatest bowlers in history.
You've seen the great spinners over 50 years, the Indian spinners across the world. Would you say in your cricketing times, he's the greatest spinner that you've seen?
No, I wouldn't say that. No, for me, the Indian spinners and Muthaiya Muralidharan were certainly better than Shane Warne. Because look at Shane Warne's record
Very
against
good.
India. It was pretty ordinary against India. In India, he got 5 wickets only once in Nagpur. And that too because, despite the fact that the Indian team had been told, I was a consultant for the Indian team then, and some of the small targets that we had set, I had set them, was not to allow a century partnership between Langer and Haynes. Battle.
So yeah, that's what he said.
No, but he goes on. It's just play it on, man. It's
There you go.
hilarious only because he just does
they
not.
call it, and not to allow Shane Warne to take 5 wickets because till then, that last trip in 2004, Shane Warne hadn't taken 5 wickets in an innings in India.
Right.
And then Zaheer Khan, with Shane Warne having taken 4 wickets, Zaheer Khan just swung wildly at a ball and was caught at deep mid wicket to give Shane Warne his fifer. But because he didn't have much success against Indian players who are very, very good players of spin bowling, I don't think I would call him the greatest. Certainly, I think Muthiah Muralidharan, with the success that he had against India, would rank over him in my book.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
I just feel bad for Rohan
I mean-
Gavaskar, man. Like, just imagine Rohan Gavaskar, Daddy, do you love me? And like, no, but Sachin is better. It's better posture. Like,
Our Indian other cricketers. Mathaya Muralidharan, I love you, beta. Not as
Oh,
much.
but Muthiah, it's really a little unfair to Muthiah now that he's brought it up. It's a little unclassy for us to say it because he's taken 800 wickets. He actually has a better strike rate than anybody else, and he's taken wickets everywhere, including places like England where the off spinners don't normally shine, and won a Test match there to begin with. But so he's not ever got the kind of limelight that Shane Warne has got, and it's a difficult thing with a lot of intangible stuff here also.
and
Shane
Cyrus,
Warne
in
brought
spite
people
of a
back
lot
to
of
cricket.
bad.
Shane Warne was more charismatic. No, Abhijit, beyond the cricket, I'm saying that also plays in his favor. But it's
No, that's what
it's a-
I'm saying in defense of Muralidharan. In spite of there was so much of like he faced a lot of bad
Oh,
treatment
yeah, what he
by a
went
lot
through
of
with that,
people
yeah, oh God.
and everything. So there was a lot of ill treatment, of course, and like umpires.
It was racism, bro. Blatant
Those moments,
racism.
that was complete
sure.
racism. So in spite of that, what he managed, it's really commendable. So yeah, that's all obviously
But
there.
but
So
there's a time and place for that. Now coming
yeah,
to
there's a
that, I
time and
wish Sunny
place,
had
yeah.
not got into it so much here. But I think his point is he should have waited and said it a little later. It's not completely off because Shane Warne didn't perform as well in India, and there are 3-4 batsmen he's just not done so well against. Sachin, Navjot Singh Sidhu, who he admits was the best
Sidhu.
player of spin bowling, and Brian Lara. And you're looking at 2 or 3 of the greatest batsmen of that generation, and also that those big battles between the best bowler and best batsman, he sort of came second most of the time. But having said that, there's no doubt he was a great bowler. I played him only twice. Once on a matting wicket in Firozha
Firozha
Kotla, which is
Kotla.
no longer called Firozha Kotla, so I don't want to, the former Firozha Kotla. And then I played him in Sabina Park in Jamaica when I was playing for the West Indies. This was many years
wow.
ago. Yeah.
I
Silverie,
actually,
thanks.
I actually agree with.
Oh, by the way,
what,
I
this
faced
person is saying.
Murli. Can I tell you I faced Murli
What are you
in
saying?
Sri Lanka?
Really?
Yeah, we went and did a documentary with him in 2004 when
Wow.
when Lara hit those 640 odd runs in 3 tests and they lost 3-love in spite of that because nobody made a run other than him. It was amazing. And so
So how
we
did
got
you
to speak.
feel?
So we shot him. We shot him for the day quite a bit. And so in that hotel Samudra in Ceylon in Colombo, there's a gardeny area. Obviously, it's a big 5-star property. And so we had a ball and all. So I said, "Will you bowl?" So he bowled, but he bowled on lallus. He didn't even bother to turn it. It was like some lack of respect for me.
Oh, yeah,
It was
but
Did
really
you
like
get
hit
out
him.
though? Was that enough to get him out? Did
he
you out?
bowled 2 balls and they were just like lallu balls, like he just dropped them. He didn't even turn his arm fully over. I was very upset. I was about to say no ball just to see what happens then. Abhijit, agar himmat hai to bolo, no ball. And then bishkak, the next one will come.
But with all due
faster.
respect, like we have been in situations when people have said, "Hey, ek joke suna," and we felt
Yeah,
like, "Arey
true.
yaar."
You're comparing us to Murli, huh? The greatest
No, but-
comedian ever. The greatest.
Just, like I understand him being like, "Arey yaar, nahi dalni ball tere ko mere ko." Get the poor fellow's feelings.
Yeah.
I think he just, he didn't do it with disrespect, but the disrespect is even worse because of that. It didn't warrant him raising his arm. There's this fat Indian guy who talks so much and doesn't know how to play cricket. This is what I'm going to do. That's it. He didn't do it with any sort of, there was no malice. I didn't feel any angst or anything like that. He was quite nice. He's very nice.
What did you
actually.
do? Did you hit it?
Yes. We are interviewing a great bowler and who's doing a lallu drop to me. And if I decide I'll try and hit this for 6 and act like I've, that would have spoiled everything. I didn't have the guts. I was happy to just let the ball hit the bat, and I
Well, you were considering calling it a no ball. So
forget. Arey Abhijit, forget that. Indian crew, the moment I finished, in Hindi, the other guys tell me, Ab meri bari. I said, nahi. He's not sitting here bowling net balls to each lighting boy and spot boy. All they want to face. Everybody wanted to face him after that. I said, no, this is not a thing. This is not India, Sangeet, Delhi wedding.
Murli's arm is little more bent. Next day, Murli's arm is little more bent because of all that effort.
I'm telling you, we should outsource him to a wedding in Gurgaon. Where he's the main guy. This is all he has to do. Hey, Murli aa gaya. Kumar, come here. Duck. Whole day the bugger is bowling. Yeah, anyway, let's get back to Shane Warne.
What Fel was writing, I absolutely agree. I think the question that Sardesai asking this question was, I don't know, inappropriate.
But that's an easy question. No, it's such an easy question to answer.
The question was a normal question you ask at a time like this, bro.
Very easy question to answer.
The best, come on. If
Sunny should have just said amongst the greatest.
You really think
you can easily say that.
When SSR died, getting a guest on and saying, do you think he was the best actor of all times?
Yeah.
Is that a...
Forget giving with due respect to the party.
Is that a very loaded question?
You can easily say one of the... what Cyrus said, you can say one of the greatest. You can say he was a fantastic actor.
His record in England and Australia is unbelievable in these two countries. The way he raises his game, and they are not always spinner-friendly wickets. Although, of course, there's bounce in Australia. Shreyas and Abijit know what I'm talking about, and Silverie is already thinking what to do now for 5 minutes.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, go ahead.
But look, he's a great player. He brought. I love. Come on, you guys, tell me. There are some guys you just had to watch, like Shoaib Akhtar, for example, or Shane Warne, whatever culture, race, whatever they were. There's some cricketers who just had that magic. Lara, for example. From our side, Sachin. Everybody wanted to watch Sachin.
Very charismatic guy. Definitely very charismatic guy. Honestly speaking, seeing him in IPL, what he did with Rajasthan Royals, that was also just seeing him be that guy was amazing.
With an unknown Ravindra Jadeja. Jadeja was 22 or 21. He was like a kid.
Yusuf Pathan was
Asnodkar from Goa, Shreyas, who never played 2 seasons. He became a star overnight and then disappeared, of course. And there's a story about Asnodkar, who comes from humble thing in Goa, humble background, invited the great Shane Warne when they went to Goa for one game or for whatever reason. And Shane Warne went there. He turned up.
Yeah.
And although he only likes beans and pizzas, he sat there and, the language barrier and all that, no problem. The one thing about the Aussies they don't have any class chip on their shoulder. They're easygoing guys with everybody. They can be racist and sledgy, but they don't have that.
But they are that with everyone.
They are actually. They are
uniformly racist.
I'm quite pro Aussie now when I think about it. Damn it, Shane is the greatest. I've decided. I've changed my mind.
Cyrus, we should take a break.
No, as a mark of respect, we should all say it all together now. Come on, Warne.
This is not even sounding as a mark of respect, by the way. This is sounding more disrespectful than respectful.
back in the wedding party, Silverie drunk thinks it's the DJ's name. Warne.
Wait, what is warning? Yeah, I don't know. I know. I'm joking.
We'll take our break now that you insist on it. Is it a break? Something happens or nothing?
This is the break.
Amit's voice comes.
I don't know. Last time it didn't happen. The break took a break. Let's see now. Here's the break.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Think Fast, Varun and Suchita discuss the rise of audio erotica and leadership dynamics at Indigo Airlines. Do you love board games? The Simplified Gang have a fun chat with Zain Memon, creator of the political strategy board game Shasan. On All Things Policy, the Takshashila folk analyze India's response to rare diseases on the occasion of Rare Diseases Day. On the Life Manifesto, Zarina explains the concepts of asexuality and aromanticism. And on the Musafir Stories traveler, Tanisha Guin explores West Bengal's hill station Mirik with Saif and Faiza. So, on a personal note, I wanted to let you all know that this week marks the 7th anniversary since I started IVM. I'm eternally grateful to the team we have here, especially Kavita Rajwade and Tejas Sringarpure, who have been here since the beginning. They've seen the struggles, our eventual acquisition by Pratilipi, and our continued struggles to make podcasting a large and thriving part of the media industry. We have the best hosts in the world, and I have to say that I'm so glad and so grateful that they have chosen to work with us. And finally, I'd like to say thank you to you, the millions of folks who have heard or watched our content. All I can say is, you ain't seen nothing yet. I hope you join us as we continue this journey. In the meanwhile, do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Also, don't forget to rate us on any platform you're listening to. You can also check us out on YouTube. To get a list of all of our channels, you can go to ivmpodcast.com/YouTube, where you can go to all the channels. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week: SBI Life Insurance, Bank of Baroda, Max Life Insurance, India Water Portal, and HDFC Life Insurance. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Wow, what a bunch of lies. That's Silverie?
Yeah.
He's talking about millions of people. Who are these millions of people? What is he
There are
on?
millions of people.
He's had a
Yeah,
third
there are
vaccine. And I'm telling you, I'm very worried about people who take their third vaccine dose because things are going awry after that. Millions. We have the
Yeah.
same 11 people online all the time. We know them by name. It's
That
like
is true.
us now. Tarun present. Oh, boss, Abhijit's arm. We forgot about his hand. It's a fracture. Can you put your hand up? Those who
It's
are
not a
not immediate,
fracture.
sorry.
It's a ligament.
man.
It's a ligament. It's ligament damage.
Ligament damage.
I mean,
6 to 12
yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
6 to 12 weeks.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. It's. I mean, there are
Oh.
places where it's like all reddish and like the
No, that's
color
where you're
skin color is
excited.
turned-
Oh, sorry.
No,
sorry.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's. I mean, no football for some time now.
Your hand, not your foot. Your foot is fine.
Arey, but you can clash and everything. No football. Was caused by
Ganguly, don't
football.
act like your
Somebody-
football is rugby. You are playing from far away, once in a
Oh,
while
no,
kicking
no,
the
no,
ball.
no.
Boss, itna
I
yeah, really.
The thing is, football is not just dependent on how enthusiastically you are playing. No, even the others, somebody else could be a very enthucatlet
There'll
and
be a
just
CHUT like me who doesn't want to run and just wants to kick somebody's foot. You know, just out of sheer frustration because you उठ के आ गया वहाँ पे short pant पहन के आ गया. इतना मेहनत करके you have to do something. Hey, I want to ask you guys, where's Shreyas?
Yeah. Shreyas, I think his
2
internet
minutes
was
silence.
glitchy and now he's
I think
gone.
for half an hour his internet was bad and then it just.
Oh, he's
gave
back.
up.
He's back. He's
He's
back. One
Yeah,
second. Yeah.
his internet.
back.
back.
Now we can get to see his thighs
And
again.
the frame, once it corrects. Yeah. there it is.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
In the
I'm back.
meantime,
I'm here.
I want to just tell
Are
you
you
all
sure you're
quickly.
back?
Can you hear
He's
me?
on his
The
phone.
cops got to me.
This is just
Yeah,
bad,
dude.
dude.
Are you in a jail now?
Cops
Suddenly,
got to me.
Shreyas,
Cops
you
got
look
to
like
me.
No,
you look like
he
you're in
looks
a
like a
cell.
DJ in Hawaiian Shack Bandra. That's what he looks
Yeah.
like right now from this perspective. But Shreyas, sorry, I want to just share with you quickly. So a few years back when my son
Hey,
was
IBM guys, all these sponsors and all, please give him internet money. Just give us all.
No, but this is a
Come
great
on,
way for a guest to respond,
Please.
yeah, Abhijit. Because
Please.
now we have him at a point where he's just sort of, half responding, freezing. We can do what we want. Hey, Shreyas, tell me one thing. Have you had a threesome?
Yeah.
You see? There,
And then
again,
he disconnects.
again gone. Huh?
He's telling the truth, by the way, huh, Cyrus?
Why are you laughing?
Yeah. He discusses that story a lot.
Yeah.
Shreyas, tell us about it.
Who are the two other guys?
I'm not surprised about it, by the way.
Who are the two
I have
other
no
guys?
doubts about the
Yeah,
fact that he's discussing
Yeah.
it a lot.
See,
Okay.
I can't talk about threesomes because I'm in a room with someone that can't know that. So who is listening to this? So I
wow.
can't.
Who
you
was
just
one of
said-
them?
And they can understand this, listen to the sentence,
Yeah.
and not have any questions about it after that.
For 1 second, exactly. Can she come in from camera for a second? Can we just see her? So we know you're not lying. Because the people who listen to
There's
the show
no
think
way.
that Silverie lies about women, you
Yeah.
lie about women, Abhijit makes up
Yeah, yeah.
Nidhi. Who's Nidhi? And my wife
Nobody.
and my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
He's one desperate
Yeah.
Gurgaon boy who's,
Yeah.
standing in the malls and misbehaving morning to night.
Cyrus, you hired an actress to play your wife, Aisha Rocha, but for
No,
years
my
and all, it's
mom,
still going on.
my mom, I changed the lighting.
Oh, your mom.
It's a
Yeah,
contract.
yeah.
That's a contract. That's a
Low budget
long-standing
production.
contract.
Long gone, yeah. Nice.
Shreyas, make the phone at least landscape. Just put
My
it like
family.
this.
Silverie, tell him.
Yeah.
That conversation,
You
my
switch
family.
on.
He can't. Whoever was the person writing that production requirement, he can't do it.
Cannot. I want to
But
quickly
it
ask
is,
you
it is
before
the
we-
same person that I went sailing with, and I'm in Goa right now, and I did see dolphins yesterday. So
Wow.
I just want to
But
put
one
that
sec,
out there.
why
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah.
Why is the camera perspective so low? I mean, looking up to
Yeah.
you like you're,
Yeah.
uh,
Can you make yourself landscape, put it on
Is
some
this-
books?
Cyrus, this is the perspective people have when they are.
oh,
Now he's like, I want to
right,
kiss us.
right.
Now he's about to kiss us. That's what the
Right,
girl
fair enough.
sees.
Then feel free to freeze if you
And
know what I
then-
mean. Feel
Yeah.
free. All the
That's
best,
what the girl
Cadet.
sees.
Don't let the
Yeah.
country down. We are proud of you, beta.
Let
Sail
Shreyas
on.
enjoy
sail on.
Goa.
Thank
Why-
you.
Why are we pressurizing the poor fellow to do this?
You guys are, whatever you're saying is somewhat correct because he's smiling too much. You can't
Yeah.
smile so much unless there's some honesty in what we are saying. Yeah.
Don't tell me.
Dolphin was part of the
That was
threesome.
part of the threesome. It was, of course, it was.
Dolphins are horny
why it
as
doesn't-
hell, by the way, right?
The dolphin
Dolphins are
watched.
supposed to
The
be very
dolphin
horny.
watched. Yeah,
The
that's
dolphin
what
watch.
they
That's
say.
not a threesome, bro. That's a twosome and a crowd, audience. That's a different thing altogether.
That's
yeah.
what is it? What is the word? Cuckold is the word, right? Yeah.
Cuckold is when the husband is
Different.
forced to watch or enjoys being dominated.
Yeah.
Bro, what do you know about
Okay.
sexual games? Yeah,
I don't know, man.
How can you
I
not
thought
know this,
Shreyas
man?
is Shreyas is having sex with a dolphin, and the dolphin's husband is watching on the side. Like, hey, that's what I thought would happen.
Whatever porn you
I don't know what
make,
Kapoor.
promise me you won't write the script. Somebody else will get a script when you. Yeah.
Guys, it's not been 5 minutes. We are talking about Shane Warne's death. How
Sorry,
did we move?
I want to get back to that for a second.
Dolphins husband watching
Silverie,
Shreyas having
abandon
sex
your
with
plans to
another
make porno films for 20 years until you
Hey,
figure out
man.
your logic. Because
I'm sure there are people who want to watch dolphin porn. I'm sure there's great money in that.
the toxic
Dolphins.
police wasn't
What do
bad
dolphins
enough.
watch?
Now dolphin porn. What are we
Yeah.
giving the people in between? Sunny Gavaskar
What they
taking on
want.
the legendary Warne. I mean, there's
But
no
how,
happiness
like,
here.
but what Antariksh is saying, probably like dolphins would probably enjoy watching dolphin porn, right? I mean, we have never tried it.
And
Like, if
Shreyas.
we would just put up a screen in one of
Shreyas
those.
loves dolphins, man.
Go back to a dolphin
keywords.
expert. We don't know. We have to talk to the man himself.
Yeah. Who is
They
stuck?
communicate-
Internet permits.
Who is stuck? Essay. Who is stuck with like a
Yeah.
like it's just yeah. It seems like
It's-
he
It's the Garibo ka thinker, that famous thinker, the Rodin. It's a half a modern version. But I was just quickly last thing on the Shane Warne thing. What I remember, because I had like a second childhood with my son when I started playing cricket when he was 5, 6 and bowling to him and batting and all. So I used to do a lot of sledging, and he used to pick it up also, and that was half the fun. So my two favorite sledges are Moin Khan's to Saklain. When he bowls badly, he would say "Val bowled" in a sarcastic way. So the short ball hit for 4. Oh, Val ball Saki. He would do that. So I would do that. And the other thing is bowling Warne.
Like roll of eyes.
Yeah.
Well, bored. Yeah.
Moin Khan was great fun behind the stumps. Moin Khan and Ian Healy. And Gilchrist, of course, because bowling Warne, bowling Shine, that. So those are my favorite ones to give. So that was the first thing that came to me. I still say it sometimes, even when I'm seeing something as, wow, Shine, Valbol Saki. Those things come back all the time. Yeah.
I remember his sledging encounter with Malin Samuels. Remember when he talked at Malin Samuels' shirt? Oh God, that was insanely intense, very intense.
He's probably the most aggressive guy on the field because he always, I think he really believed he could win from any situation, and then he's turned some games around from really. I mean, that semi-final with West Indies, as a big West Indies lover, back in '96, yeah, there was just 200 to chase, and West Indies Richardson was batting like 40 odd. It was in the bag, 5-6 wickets in hand, and then he took 4 wickets in just 2 or 3 overs and finished the match off. And Richardson was left not out, and I cried once again. Silverie, it should have been you who froze, and we need Shreyas back.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate because of his off-field antics. He never got the captaincy role for Australia, because otherwise it would have been fun to see what kind of a captain he would have been and what he would have done. Like, he definitely was.
Also, the other thing is that his injury to his shoulder within 4 to 5 years of his career stopped him bowling the googly. So his googly never really developed. So he's basically bowling leg breaks and that flipper, which really made him famous. And but I think Ravi Shastri was telling an audience once, if we were listening intently, that you don't have to bowl the googly, you don't have to bowl anything. You have to bowl one ball, but you have to just have different variations in terms of where you're landing and the length of the ball and the amount of spin, which he was able to do. So even though it's going in the same direction, you still can't read him properly. That's amazing, yeah. It's amazing control.
I just think he was one of those people when he comes on, when he has the ball in his hand, whatever the game is, it can change. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things that can happen in a game, where like an equal-sided game can become one-sided after one spell or after one batting, whatever,
It's just weird to see Shreyas from this perspective, by the way, bro. No matter what happens, I just can't get over it. And now your legs and thighs are also visible.
And Shreyas's legs are spread, or there's a threesome happening and one leg is coming from somewhere. Because
and he's talking about bowl in hand and as well. So,
yeah. And he said it is exciting to see. And
disconcerting. Is that what it is?
I never know what to do with my hands and my legs on this podcast. I don't know why. I never think about arms and my legs as much as I do as when I'm on
why
Cyrus.
are your legs so painful? Nobody else has got his leg issue.
I don't think we've ever seen legs. Have you seen legs?
Do you have Parsi blood, Shreyas? Sometimes because your logic is difficult to accept sometimes, like not quite understanding why the leg is a problem.
Can you put your leg up like Naveen? Shreyas.
Can you put your leg up like Naveen?
How does Naveen put up his legs?
So Naveen puts his leg up like this, all the way it comes up here, like his.
And you can tell Silverie can't do it.
I can't do his hand. This is my hand. This is my leg. I don't know how to.
I'm not kidding, Shreyas. Naveen, that fat bloody bull, can put his leg almost parallel to his chest like that. It's just amazing. I think he touched his chest or shoulder. He touched his shoulder.
Yeah, he's very flexible. He's very flexible.
I got it. How is this happening? Oh man.
Did you see Antariksh? Did you
That is
see
insane.
Naveen squealing in
What?
pain while doing it like
Why
you
is-
are doing it?
Wait.
No, so that's
Yeah,
why.
no.
He didn't touch it. One second, but Shreyas took his girlfriend's leg and put it over his head. Do it again.
Yeah, this is not my leg. This is a leg of the person next. This is also not my shoulder, by the way,
What?
or my phone.
The knee is pointed very oddly.
Guys,
The
what's
knee is-
happening?
What is
Where are we going with
What? Aren't-
It's a yoga podcast now. Okay, now let me lead you into a
what the
guided
Kama Sutra
meditation.
left out.
Let's get
This is.
let's get to the AMAs. I think
Hmm.
that'll
Guys.
make us move forward.
I think Goa really did not want this podcast to happen.
I'm wondering if it's a dolphin greeting. Maybe that's how they do it. Like the lower body goes up first or something. Yeah. Where's your girlfriend, Shreyas? The girl who's a friend.
She's here in the room napping. I've told her she can't talk, so she's put on headphones and she's listening to something. I think.
You're calling the police fascists and you're telling her what to do.
It sounded when he started his sentence, it sounded a little bit like she's alive. She's
like,
okay. It sounded
you're right.
very suspicious, by the way.
That's
Like,
a sociopathic point
I
house, man.
mean, like, I hope she's safe, bro.
Yeah.
Weird.
We wish her well.
Yeah. She's napping, guys. She's napping. It's just
She's very safe. We're going to see some
taking a
dolphins
nap.
again.
Vineet is
This
saying
person in the-
2 episodes I'm only getting to see
Eyes are
guys.
closed.
Eyes of men.
We have girls on the show tomorrow.
Oh God.
Yeah, sure, but we can't ask them.
No, bro. You want equality? Then we have to ask them. Because that's equality.
No, but we can't.
I think
mean,
it's wrong that men are
Not
going
the way
showing
you're
off flashing their
suggesting,
legs.
Cyrus.
Why? Who's on the show?
It's our co-founder, Kavita Rajwade.
Oh, better you don't ask her.
Yeah, I'm not.
And,
I'm
in
not
fact,
gonna get
this conversation stays between us.
What
Yeah.
which answer did you
Now
want
it
to give
doesn't.
Cyrus for you to
Cyrus-
say? Cyrus, which answer, at which response would you have gone like, nee, this person?
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can't ask."
No, that was really ask. Yeah, correct.
Ayushi and Kajal would be quite sporting as an option.
No, I mean,
But the Kavita dynamic is different. What the hell? That hand! That
I don't
hand!
know. It's true.
Oh, poor
It's
guy.
just-
Hey, Abhijit, how do you
Not
clap
way,
now?
guys.
How do you clap?
I don't clap.
I
Just
don't.
one hand? Or
I know where you're going. Okay.
But I mean, normal life, when are you having to clap anyway? Like these
But
days,
the,
you're
the
not
Prime
clapping
Minister
a lot,
said to
right?
clap. Remember, in 2020, that was the first line of defense.
That was the
to fight
Bartan.
the
That was
pandemic.
Bartan. That was technically, that was also not clapping with hands. That was with Bartan.
तो वो तो कर
So
सकते
I
हैं या
can
नहीं?
just-
हाँ,
I
वो
mean,
तो allowed
I
है.
can put a
करो, करो.
Bartan like this and smash spoons on it or something if the situation arises. But so many people have asked me so many things.
If you
Cyrus.
were watching
So
your
many
own
people-
show, Abhijit Ganguly, you were watching your own show and you were fantastic, would you not be wanting to clap?
Never.
Something you enjoyed, one joke, and then wouldn't you want to clap? Then what would you do?
My own show. What
Okay,
kind of a
Murli
person
Dharan
you have
keep
to be
slapping
to
us.
watch your own show?
Slap
and
yourself
clap?
hard.
Okay, Jadeja takes 5. You're in the audience. Don't you want to clap?
See, I'll be honest. Cyrus,
Get
lot
a
of people
friend's
have asked me
hand.
lot of
Dot,
lot of
dot, dot.
questions in the last 5 days. This is the first time I've been asked how will you be planning to clap. I did not really think of my
I think
clap
it's a
routine.
problem. Guy's hand is broken.
Abhijit, would you perform to an audience of people who had broken hands? Broken hand audience.
And would you charge them half rate?
By the way, I
Because they
performed
won't be
in
clapping.
this hand. I performed twice. I performed in Gurgaon as well as I performed in Ranchi on Saturday. And
Oh.
I took off my plaster because if you have a plaster and all, like I'm the crab bandage and all, then people just focus on it. So
Yeah.
I winced through it and I was performing without it. But you have to perform. You have to perform. What do you do?
But 50% of my performance in my marriage at least
Oh,
is
tell us how many tickets you sold also. Why not? Just showing off. Okay.
I
let's
just
move
think
on
you have
the
to use
AMAs.
your hands
Yeah.
for performance, bro. That's how you survive everything.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I like. So basically, I was like, the issue with when
If
I'm
you do one
genuinely
joke,
performing is
do one bit from your set, and then we'll decide.
what am I, Murli?
Yeah.
Yes,
Jo bhi hai.
I'm Murli now.
Shreyas is impartial. Impartial observer.
So do a joke, but your heart is not in it. That's
Yeah.
how Murli did
I'm
it.
doing a joke right now. I exactly understand
Actually,
why
Silverie,
did
exactly that's the line I should have said. His heart was not in it. It was like, I bowl to Lara, I bowl to Tendulkar. Who is this bro?
I very well understand why Murli bowled those dollies. I completely relate with him right now.
So contempt. I mean, I felt so bad for myself. What a loser I am. Yaar. The great man didn't even bowl.
Didn't even bother.
Okay, Cyrus, I have a question.
Poor
Cyrus, I have a question.
Yeah,
Had you met Shane Warne in a similar situation, and Shane Warne had bowled to you, how would his delivery be? Would it be better than Murli Dharan's delivery? You think?
Depends on the wicket. On Indian wickets, Asian wickets, subcontinental wickets, Murli above Shane Warne. On England and Australian conditions, maybe New Zealand to some extent, Shane Warne. But West Indies also Murli. I would put Murli because Shane Warne didn't do too well there.
No, but I'm not saying how they are
South
as
Africa, Shane Warne.
I'm
where
not
there's
saying how
bound
they
Shane
are
Warne.
as bowlers. I'm saying how they are as bowlers to
See,
you.
I segued to serious answer.
you.
Now. See what we did.
Yeah. Well done.
No.
Thank you, bro. You were caught off guard. Nothing like a serious answer to screw the comedy. Now, can we get back to Abhijit? He's giving us one joke with both hands, and we are now going to judge
No,
and
I'm
decide.
He's not.
I was giving.
Let's just-
I was,
No, you have to do it
every
once
time
with
we
the
move on to
bandage
my
on
story-
and once with the bandage off. Same joke.
Yeah, correct.
Huh.
Let's do it.
Come on,
Okay. What do you mean?
No,
Antariksh?
let's not.
Let
Let's
the
not.
audience
Let's not.
decide.
Yeah.
Will we let the audience
No.
decide? Do they want to see Abhijit do one
I mean,
bit with the...
ऑडियंस
All
क्या
three of them.
बोलेगी नहीं
All
नहीं
three of them.
नहीं देना नहीं देना हमें दुख
Our audience is like Manchester City support. All four of them.
Okay, just want to tell you
Yes.
the comments that I have read. Shreyas, please wear your headphones. Shreyas, make your phone landscape. Shreyas, please play. Please stay on.
those are a private chat not the comments
But you're the naughty boy of the day. I'm so happy that it's not me. They spent 2 years abusing me in our bad
By
text.
the way, Shreyas, while slapping his thighs, has just given you the answer of how will I clap. I guess you know why.
yeah
You know, while slapping
Wow, wow.
his thighs, I guess this is
Clap
how I'll clap.
Or
Yeah.
somebody else's thighs. We don't know for sure because it's not landscape.
yeah why not?
Are you again going back to? Are you taking this back to asking women to show their thighs or something because you have?
That's
have a
not.
tendency
No,
to
you're taking
go
out of
back.
context and making me sound like a creep. I'm saying in the sense of equality. If it's equality, everything's on parity basis. Silverie,
no
please
you're saying the right thing Cyrus you're saying not saying it in the right way you're right
Naveen and Shreyas are willing to put their thigh up and scratch their shoulder. A female guest should also be willing. I'm just saying that's
not
parity.
willing nahi. That's the wrong way to say it no
Then
willing is the wrong word
Are you certain he's saying the right thing, Antariksh? And it's not
No,
just
he's
the
not.
wrong way.
No.
I think
What
it's
he
the
means to
wrong
say
way.
is, what he means to say is that if there is a competition that everyone is putting up their legs to
Stop
see how much.
mansplaining, Cyrus.
That's what I'm
Antariksh,
saying.
now you're
I'm
mansplaining.
trying to
I'm just
trying to
saying-
placate our listeners, guys.
No. But it's not a bad thing. We're keeping it open out there, you know. Ours is a very open forum. There's transparency. Accountability is there. We are not hiding from anything. Shreyas and Naveen, at a drop of a hat, whenever they're in trouble, they put their leg up. That's part of the act, okay? If you tear a ligament in your leg, you're screwed, Shreyas.
Now it's
That's
not even
25
showing
minutes
off
of
thighs,
that.
by the way. At the drop of a hat, they're putting their leg up, is the sentence we are going to go with. In
Not
future.
getting a leg up.
It's not even
putting the
showing
leg
the
up.
thigh. Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave it
Yeah.
out. We'll leave it for the females to decide. We will not pass judgment. I am not going to say anything. If Silverie starts getting worried, then we're really in trouble. Sorry. I got attacked by females, literally in the house.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the Emmys.
All right. Yes. All right.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored. I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
The first one comes in from Karan Sethi, who says, anyone on the panel watched The Batman yet? And what were their thoughts? Spoiler free, please.
My
Cyrus, you saw Batman?
daughter.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, but cool, man. Nice.
You're not my daughter. Put your leg up.
Oh, I'm not. Damn it.
Put your leg up.
But yeah.
I say, put your leg up right now.
No, I'm not
My
a daughter.
daughter-
You can't tell me what to do. You're not
She
my
didn't let
dad.
me come. I got a KLD, man, in a sense. Reverse KLD situation because we always go for Avengers and for DC. Those are our things, you know, whenever those
Yeah.
movies come out, since whatever.
Yeah.
And now she's moved to the girl gang. 5 girls went together and I was not allowed to come. I felt very bad.
That's the age, Cyrus.
That's what Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson does to you know,
Alfred.
like, yeah. The father-daughter relationships are screwed.
Oh, so in her index, I think who? Kristen Bale number 1, Robert Pattinson number 2, and what's his name?
Zoe Kravitz. Zoe Kravitz?
No, the last guy, the
Gordon.
famous actor, Ben Affleck.
Oh,
number 3.
Christian Bale. Oh, okay, sorry.
Christian
Ben Affleck
Bale
and
won.
also the old one. What is the old one?
And before that, Michael
George
Keaton,
Clooney
George
played-
Clooney. but
Michael Keaton.
That's before that
Yeah,
time. They haven't seen
Kilmer, Val Kilmer.
Val
Val
Kilmer,
Kilmer
yes.
also. She's seen Val Kilmer. but
Actually,
she's
the
not-
best Batman has been Will Arnett's voice on the Lego Batman. I
Yeah.
would say. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
How did you guys feel about Clooney Batman?
Bat nips, like bat nipples, the bat suit.
Yeah,
nipples.
that was the first time they
Very
did
well.
bat nips.
Yeah, very bad.
Amazing.
That's hilarious.
I
It was
just
actually
think it.
What do you need an
I
actor
just think-
for? He's in
Pretty bad.
outfit
The
properly
movie.
for 70% of the movie. Hardly need the actor. Just need a
Yeah,
jawline.
that's actually true. Where were the other drugs going? I was just doing Batman voices.
One thing I'll say.
I think
She has
Shreyas
to
is
make a
trying to
great
say something for the longest time.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's actually quite. I am not going to watch any more Batman movies because I just think it's insensitive to watch anything bat related now. Yeah, it's like I believe COVID started because of like Batman. It's my theory. I know some people say 5G towers, some people say this, that, but I think Batman was at the crux of it, and I think
Go
we
ahead.
should glorify
The floor
or
is yours.
celebrate.
Take 20 minutes to explain how COVID started because of Batman. The fictitious
So
character from DC Comics.
Dolphin Man says that
1938.
Batman
Yes,
is
yes,
the one
go
who started coronavirus.
Dude, will
next
that
one.
be the
He's Maharashtrian. It's Dolphin. Huh.
that's actually a good theory, Like Penguin is going there with I have a vaccine to Batman. That's some SNL sketch right over there. Yeah.
But did have any of you seen the Batman yet already?
I ain't watching Batman too.
No, you're not watching
No.
it.
Why?
Because
you
he can't clap. Because yes,
You can't clap.
exactly.
It's no fun, yaar. Come on, Batman. Oh, you can't do that.
It's too dark all the time, yaar. I'm hardly able to see anything. That's the reason I don't want to watch.
So I would say this is one of the best Batman movies. Okay, Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson's great. Zoe Kravitz is great. The actor who plays Commissioner.
Actually, you
Gordon
were just
Freeman is
dying
great.
to talk yourself. Okay, got
I mean,
it.
I saw
He
it.
just wanted the
I
floor
saw it.
to
What
tell
else?
us about Batman.
Someone
Sorry.
asked the
Best
question. They
Batman
need
movie.
one of the best after Dark Knight. Dark Knight was like a pinnacle for me.
Oh, that's what my
right after
Maya
that,
said.
I would
Dark
say-
Knight #1 and this #2. Wow,
I would
that's
say
seriously?
that's
I would
good
say,
to know.
yeah. And
Okay, she's saying Dark Knight,
No,
Dark
not
Knight
Rises.
Rises, and then
Rises I did like.
then
Rises was
this.
okay.
So she places 3. Then Batman Begins.
What? Then there are all the Batman movies before that. But no, I would say second best after Dark Knight for me. And dude, amazing. So yeah, like his action is fantastic. Story is really good.
Action as in the
And,
fighting.
The ending, it seems like a little dragged on because it,
One sec. Was the ending
Is
draggy?
it well lit? Antariksh, is it well lit? That's the only thing I want to know.
Would you like to tell
you
me,
can
Anshul?
follow all the action. It is lit in a specific way. I wouldn't say well lit because it's a Batman movie.
Because
but
I saw tweets of
all
like in the movie, all a kid is shouting, "Batman's there!" in some dark alley.
In the
Oh,
dark-
it's not him. He's not there. Oh,
But
he's
you
Batman's
guys-
there. He's not there. So-
Firstly, Sylvie,
just
stop
upset.
clapping just to
But no.
upset Abijit. And secondly,
Batman-
it's
is
Go
the
on.
shadows though, so he could be everywhere. Like Batman could be behind
Yes.
me right now. He is
are
the
we just
shadows.
too old? Isn't Batman supposed to be like a dark film with dark lighting and all that? I mean, is that part of it? Isn't? I mean, or am I just too old? That's it,
Yeah,
right?
I-
Thanks,
have
Maya.
you don't
It
see
can be
bats in the
anything
day.
now, Cyrus. There are funny Batman comics.
Okay. Animal expert is driving me nuts. I want to press a button and eject him, but I
You
don't know
don't
how
see
to.
you don't see bats in the day. That's for dolphins, okay? From your perspective, you're seeing.
I'm suddenly feeling bad for the police. I don't think they're that toxic. I mean, now I'm feeling a little bad.
I think you deserved it, Shreyas. You deserved it from the police. With all your
Do you
different
see bats in the
perspectives.
day? The movie should only work in the night. COVID started with bats. Shane Warne was a good batsman. What are you getting out of this? Huh? Go on.
No, I'm just saying I don't like if I break a signal, if I hit into someone, if I don't have a license, that's not. Why are the cops shouting at me? It is not my fault. I just think I've been targeted and like I just want to speak out against everything that the cops have done to me for things I didn't deserve.
Okay. You've just taken the show back 54 minutes, but that's okay. We can go right
Now
back. to
suddenly
start again.
Cyrus's "women should show thighs" comment is not the worst anymore.
I never said
you
they
just
should
made it
show
better.
thighs.
No,
I
you said
suggested
they
that
should
it's
be
a free
willing
forum
to.
for them to be willing. If they're willing, they can. That's it. We're not
Yeah,
gonna
that's a
stop
totally
anyone.
different thing. That's not what you said.
That's
If they're
what I
willing, they
said.
can.
You can
That's
play the
that's
tape.
fine.
You can replay the tape.
That's
Rishi
not
or
what he said,
Shubhankar,
man.
whoever's doing it, can replay the tape at some point. I promise. I'm just saying that it's equality parity, like how these two guys, Naveen, who's not here, and Shreyas, put their legs up. I mean, that's okay. We'll see. We'll keep it out as an open thing, and we're not going to force. I mean, we can't force people. We can't become like that. Okay, quickly, last one. Let's take this. Any Bollywood heroes who can pull off Batman? Fast. Come on, Abhijit. Shreyas.
Ritik can pull
Oh.
off everything because he's just
Ritik,
like
yeah.
Ritik. Yeah, Ritik
I think
can pull
Ranveer
off-
will do good. Yeah, Ranveer.
Okay.
I don't want to see,
Stop it.
please. I don't want to see Ranveer as Batman.
Ranveer Singh. Ranveer Singh.
Yeah, I'm saying
Ranveer
Ranveer only. I don't want to bloody see
Singh as
Ranveer as
Batman.
Batman. Are you
Dude,
mad or what,
I think
Antariksh?
it would be good,
Please.
man. See, the reason you're saying that is why he would be great at it. Because everyone gets hate at first when they're cast as Batman.
Arey, he's a great actor and all that, but I'm just done with seeing Ranveer Singh doing everything.
I want to
Like,
see him in everything, dude.
so-
He might be Shaktiman also. There were some rumors that he might be
But
Shaktiman.
I think they should have, in India, they should always have a two-man thing. So Robin should be reintroduced. And maybe like Rajpal Yadav or something should play Robin with Ranveer Singh.
Johnny Lee
Then you
Miller
have
plays
that
Robin.
dynamic. That would be great. Yeah. Why can't we have
Okay.
like a non-famous person? Why can't like a politician play Batman?
Who has a good voice?
Akhilesh.
Batman voice.
Akhilesh Yadav has a jawline and he's got a long nose because those are the
Hey, you
prominent
know who can play
features.
Batman? Farhan Akhtar. He won't even have to fake the horse voice.
Fake the voice. Yeah, it's true.
But his voice
Have to
is
fake the
like,
normal voice. Fake the Bruce
मैं
Wayne
यहाँ पे
voice.
जा रहा
Yeah.
था.
yeah, but that's we need to include the bass. The bass has to go up a bit. His is very treble. What do you feel, Shreyas? You're the guy with the headphones now.
laundry ka.
Amrish Puri, good option for dubbing at least if he was around.
I actually agree with the comment. Someone said Jackie Shroff, and I think that would be a very interesting Batman. Because I think the Indian Batman can't be in the same vein as the American Batman, as the British Batman. I think it has to have an Indianness of its own, a broodiness, a thoughtfulness that I think that Jackie Shroff.
But that's all
definitely
Batman
brings.
anyway. That's generic Batman.
First of all, bro,
Nobody
I
does
can't
that.
imagine Jackie Shroff without muche. So yeah, with mustache and Batman
But you
with
won't see
mustache
it.
is just
You won't see it, na?
It's a
you
mask.
see it, of course. No, you see this portion below the nose. You see it, and the first thing you see is mustache. You're not taking Batman seriously. If you're saying mustache, bro, come on, what the hell?
Very little bit. Thoda bahut
No,
hai
you can
to
see
he's
the
a
entire from the
hirsute.
nose down. No?
What do you call a
From the nose
hirsute
down.
Batman? I'm okay with it, yeah.
What?
This is
You
no
see a
nosism.
Batman,
Anil Kapoor.
a Batman
Abhijit, this is
with
nosism.
muche. With muche.
We-
It's not nose. Muche, I'm saying.
You
Mustache.
can't see it. I'm just try it as an
can.
experiment. यहाँ तक है ना? What can you see? You can't really
मास्क
see
इधर
it.
तक है मास्क नाक से ऊपर है इट इज द ऑपोजिट ऑफ द कोरोना मास्क नाक से ऊपर खत्म हो जाता है
Damn you, Neil Nitin Mukesh. Where's he? I haven't heard of
He's
Neil
getting
Nitin
ready
Mukesh
to
for
play
years.
Batman whenever it comes to India.
Govinda was Superman in some movie.
and he was Spider-Man too, right?
Yeah, and
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
too.
1. Both. Yeah.
No,
In the
Govinda was
same
not
movie.
Superman. That was Puneet Issar. Like the Duryodhan guy was Superman. Govinda was Spider-Man. Spider-Man. तूने चुराया
But
मैंने
is
देखा
it
था.
Superman or is it Superman? Because you have to
Superman,
swallow the
Superman.
first. A Superman, a Superman, a Spider-Man. Oh,
Okay,
Shreyas.
Let's
I
go to
don't
the
know
next
what-
question, guys.
Well, I'm trying to localize the damn. I can't have a super. He can't have a New York like drawl and all, yeah. Oh, Bowling Shine. Next,
Spider-
Yeah, Govinda was the
Yep.
Spider-Man. Yeah, Rishabh
Spider-Man.
Pant's
Dekha?
favorite person.
That's the right one. Yeah.
Okay, next one comes in from Techie Wakey. He says, "Why is that young, fit people are getting heart attacks?" Some examples like Shane
Oh, yeah,
Warne,
no.
Christian Eriksen, Denmark footballer, Sunil Grover actor, Kapil
Yeah,
Dev,
Sunil Grover.
Saurav Ganguly, Siddharth Shukla, etc., etc.
Yeah, okay. So firstly, I think as a doctor, I'm the only cardiologist here. Let me explain to you that this is very genetic blueprint is about 87 to 90% of what your body will do or cope with. And people don't understand lifestyle is not as important as you think. It doesn't, it's perhaps not good to say that, but honestly, it's got to do with just check your genetics. And this was
But
apparently
isn't
a
lifestyle
hard-
important? I think
But it's
lifestyle
a
is still
much smaller
important.
player. They put too much emphasis on that. How many guys we know who drank all their lives live to be 90?
That is
Ate
true.
really badly. Also, wo bhi hai na.
I
Just
would-
look
but again,
around
no, but-
your own friends and
But
family.
don't take your
Couple
medical
of-
advice from us. Just saying.
Yeah, but
obviously.
I say raise your leg
Disclaimer.
to the sky.
Yeah, exactly. But also in that list, you're putting Kapil Dev was hardly young that much. I mean, so that's
No, but he is in his late 50s, early 60s. Itna to nahi hai.
That's young.
52 is also is the same. See, the thing is that he had this vanity thing, Shane, right? So he had gone to detox in Bangkok, in Thailand, in Koh Samui. So there they follow diets. They may have fat burners. All these things
yeah.
can
He was
affect you.
since 15 days he was on some liquid diet and everything.
There you go, right? So that is also there. But ultimately, the heart thing has to come from some sort of genetic basis for
Guys,
heart issues.
But Cyrus, doesn't
Shreyas,
that make you
at
feel like there's
home-
nothing you can really do about it? Like if,
No, you
if it's
can
nothing to
if
do
you-
with fitness and all that, like then
Do you look at the
इसलिए
areas
genetics है तो
where
क्या करेंगे? Yeah.
just people who lose hair, they think that they put some oil and the hair will come back. Just look at the mother side male pattern borderless, and that's how you know. Silverie, on your
I mean,
mother's
Guys, at
side,
what
hair
age-
is a little
Yeah.
different from heart attack and.
it's genetics. The same you get. Look
Yeah,
at 2-3
same.
generations. The same things
So
pass
is
on.
it almost like no matter what we do, like no matter what kind of lifestyle we choose and all, it's inevitable sorts?
No, we can guard against it. We can take some safeguards at the right point. Dr. Brocha is here for you, Abijit Ganguly. You only problem.
I think for a strong heart, it's very important to train your heart to be that. So I
What
do
is
that
a strong
personally.
heart? He's an
Cyrus-
athlete. Proper
yeah, but
athlete. I accept
That's
that, but the
But he was
strong
a
heart is
smoker also.
the metaphor of heart.
That's good.
Large-hearted and all.
But Cyrus, also, let's be honest, Cyrus, cricketers are hardly athletes that way, to be honest.
No,
like,
so he's
like
not
the
a
level of-
contact sport athlete of that level. But boss, you try bowling 22 overs in a test match in a day.
I'm saying, see, bowlers, fast bowlers for sure. Fast bowlers for sure. But batsmen, we have seen Ranatungas and all being batsmen. Like you hardly.
I've held what's his name, Sachin's hand, like shake hand, and the forearm muscle is like a bodybuilder. Okay, it's like
Yeah.
amazing. Power in his arm. No, it is. It's not like aesthetically they don't look that pleasing and all that.
Right.
That's a wrong thing for men to discuss on a forum like this. But he's really strong. Shane Warne's forearm was huge. His wrist. And the body is used to a lot of strain. I play one so-called celebrity match and I couldn't sit on the pot. Okay, boss, it's not that easy. Abhijit went to play football at not a very high standard and he got injured twice in 2 weeks. So let's understand that these are serious athletes in their own way. They are not.
I love how you mentioned not of a high standard. It was so unnecessary.
Just because he's got a Bengali surname doesn't mean he's playing for Mohan Bagan. Just remember that.
At what age do you think it's acceptable to get a heart attack? Like where you get a heart attack at that age and you're like, oh, okay, you're old enough. I guess that makes sense.
That's hilarious.
That's a good question.
My uncle had a heart attack. Oh wow!
Oh, yeah. How old
so
is he?
sad. He's 70.
But isn't
Okay, then.
yeah. So 70? So 70s you think old enough?
Or like 2 years behind, check the meter.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
Like,
Anyway, so in my family we have neuropathy.
Oh, okay.
Nerve
That's
disorder.
too young then.
then it's too young. Yeah, I mean, you can't really answer questions like that unless you're doing it for a bit. If you're doing it for a bit, then it's easy to explore. But
okay,
yeah.
got
Would you like
premise
to
for
die on
next
stage?
bit.
No pun intended. Can you imagine? And for the finale, and buck, you're gone.
But it happened. Some comedian
Who died?
had a heart attack on stage, and everybody thought it was part of the act. Not
They were
comedian,
laughing.
It was some
Oh, yeah,
stage
it was,
show,
yeah.
theater or something. Some improv act was going on. Person had a heart attack, and everybody's like, "This is so genuine acting. It's
Wow,
amazing."
he killed
And,
himself.
yeah.
So he must be the greatest comedy actor of all time because he literally, his death got a laugh. I mean, that's like,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
But it's a one-time act. Can't
But
do it
by
again.
the way, he just
You
got a
have to be
heart
there.
attack. He didn't die. Like so.
Oh, damn it. I
Okay.
mean,
Guess
that's
we're
so
killing
good to
him
know.
unnecessarily.
That's so good to know. Yeah. But then listen, Abhijit, if I go to see the show again once he's recovered, I'll be like, bro, kya hua? Because you expect that ending, no? And
Why are you
like,
changing the ending, bro? What's wrong?
Yeah,
I got my
exactly.
friends for that ending.
we sat through 1.5 hours of your crap just for that, man.
That's hilarious.
All right.
All right.
Hello, 7:12. Can I go and eat?
Yes, all good. Thank you.
You eat
All
at
good?
7:12? Wow.
7:12, 13 actually.
He's late.
Way past
He's
my
already
daughter
late.
came twice to tell me.
Yeah.
Chalo.
Pretty early. yeah.
Guys, Shreyas, say bye with your leg, no? This may be the last time we are allowed to use this instrument on the
And guys, just a reminder again, tomorrow is our 7th year anniversary and
Right.
Cyrus is completing 900 episodes. So please tune in tomorrow. We'll have
Don't
Amit
do,
and Kavita
Shreyas,
both
don't do
from
this and all from
IVM.
this perspective, man. It's really weird.
Okay. This is a really good show.
Don't, like,
$8.99 or whatever.
celebrate
Well
and, like-
done.
Yes.
The three of us can clap and Abhijit, I don't know.
I knew you were setting it up. I knew you were setting it up for this. I knew it. I knew it the
All right.
moment.
So petty, yaar. Chalo, bye guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps. Please, we beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
सफर, रास्ते, मंजिल और मुकाम अक्सर ये हमसे कुछ कहना चाहते हैं, पर हम हैं कि अपनी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में इन्हें सुनने से कतराते हैं। नमस्ते दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है केशव चतुर्वेदी और मैं आपको ले चलूंगा कुछ ऐसे सफर पर जहां आपको एक नया नजरिया मिलेगा सफर और मंजिलों को देखने का। आइए इन किस्से कहानियों में डूब जाएं, हर मंगलवार और शुक्रवार।
Eventually, you'll see the end of your childhood.
Get accustomed to womanhood.
Enjoy the experience of sisterhood.
Might get to wifehood
Or not. Choose motherhood.
or not. You'll learn to define your personhood.
Earn a livelihood.
Change the neighborhood.
And get rid of the falsehood that life post-academia is easy.
So join me, Ritasha,
And me, Ayushi.
on a journey from station starting point.
To station, what now?
Next station, Pune station, and hopefully, Agla station, adulthood.
Fresh episodes out every Thursday.